Hi, good people. Welcome to another episode of TNT. My name is Tracy, and today we are discussing living the familiar, how complacency is holding you back. So, Tabi, this is a topic that is very, broad, in the sense that when you look at people, when you see people, or even us, basically, you might be familiar with a place, you might be comfortable in a place where you feel I do not want to move, or you're in a career or the skill that you have, basically that is the only thing that you are holding on. So what would you say how complacency is holding people back when we have this, having this discussion?
Okay, first of all, I believe that we all want to be great in one way or the other.
Yes.
People are pursuing greatness. We want to achieve great things. We want to be known. We want to, live better lives. We want to do, amazing things. And despite all these things, I feel like many people prefer being in a comfort zone. Sometimes it's not even preferring, but the fear of taking that step and pursuing greatness, has made so many people to just settle in the familiar. And just like you said, that this is actually a broad topic to discuss, and I feel like it's not just professional things or whatnot, but also even relationship wise. You see, just because there's this saying that people say most of the time that better the devil you know, and I feel like better the devil you know has held many people in bad relationships also. Just because I've been with this guy for this time, and despite the fact that he isn't, I don't feel like we are going anywhere or he's good enough, but at least there's something. So for that reason, even if I see red flags, I don't, because I don't want to start again. The fear of starting again, the fear of, taking that step to be great has really held people back.
And you say, what you've said is very true. When you are in a relationship, let me call there, when you're in a relationship, the fear of unknown, right? So you can say, for example, maybe I'm in a relationship whereby we had this discussion whereby a friend of ours was saying that when I met you as my woman, we were busy working. You're busy working, you're busy making your own money, you're busy doing your own things. And then when I met you and we said, let's come together and form this relationship and have a marriage, you decided, since I've found somebody, let me be, somebody who's not working.
Let me be a housewife.
Let me be a housewife, And even if he's a housewife, you're not entirely a housewife, because we have a house manager or somebody who's running the house. So basically, I am not working, but you have help to help you. So that makes you very complacent in the sense that you rely on this person. What happens if this person, God forbid, loses his job or he
God
dies?
Forbid.
God forbid, because we have seen, me personally, I have seen whereby the wife was not working and the husband passed and the family threw her out. Why? She was not working. They said that house belongs to them. That man was taking care of them. So she has nothing to hold on. Now she has to start from scratch. And you see, the point of starting from scratch is not a bad thing, but you start from scratch from bitterness, whereby, oh my God, I cannot believe these people. I cannot believe what has happened. But you didn't realize that you are complacent in that space, whereby if this man was doing 70%, why can't I just do 30? Why can't I just make my own money to invest somewhere? Why can I just not have that money that I know for a fact, if this man loses his job, can I be able to sustain us in a period of time that he's able, to get his ideas, his vision and all that. But when you come to that relationship bit of it and you become complacent, it's because now you're comfortable. You don't want to move forward. You don't want to grow. You don't want to see life after the man, after the house, after the car.
You are getting at least some. You see, I feel like the fact that people are in a place where there's something to hold on.
Yeah.
You see, I believe, this is my opinion, I believe that for you to be great, you have to get to a place where you have no choice but to be.
Yeah.
You see, if you have nothing else to hold on to, you know, but this one thing, you cannot afford to be complacent at all. You need to push yourself, whether you have the resources or whether you don't have the resources. You'll have to push yourself to get wherever you want to be. But you know, let's look at the example that you have given of your friend. You know, who, you know, the wife decided to either quit the job or stay at home or, you know, do all these things. It's because this woman knew, like, she has everything she needs. Like, why do you need to,
why do I need to struggle?
People go to work to get money.
Why do I need to struggle?
I already have money. Like, why do I need to go to work?
But
you know,
it's not my money.
So at the end of the day, also it depends to the people. Like, how ambitious are you? Because the people who do not have ambitions at all, and we are not going to blame them. Like, the people whose ambition is to be a housewife. Maybe she has achieved her ambition. So it's not, to her, it's not a bad thing. You know. So it's also like when it comes to complacency and you know, living in the familiar, it also depends on, like, are you, like, how ambitious are you? You know, something I might call something complacency when for you, girl, me I'm fine, I'm good. It is you that is complaining. I am not complaining, I'm fine. You see? So these things also, they need to, we need to, like, look at them, like, with a, you know, keenly and see, like, why are you complacent? Why are you comfortable in this position? You know,
you see, for a man, you're complacent in the sense that now you're not growing. Okay, you're okay, maybe that this is a man that you have known and you're going to live with him forever. And then this man, his capabilities basically is telling you, I can be able to afford, like, let's say renting Buruburu, for example. And you are comfortable with that. You know, your life is here, it's surrounded in Buruburu. However, if you do not expound your mind, if you do not grow your mind, if you do not do research, right now social media is here. We have technology in our, you know, in our fingertips. So you'll be complacent in the sense, let's just stay in Buru. You know, let's just live in Buru. However, there are people who are living in Lavington, there are people who are living in Kitosuru, there are people who are living in, you know, places that you'll be like, oh my Lord, what are these? But if the environment that you've grown in, the environment that you've been in, and you do not want to move, it makes you be in a familiar ground. That makes you not to grow. That makes you not to even develop as a person. Because, I mean, you're comfortable. I don't need to move. I don't need to do anything. My husband is taking care of us. And of course, maybe he's taking care of you very well. But even him, you are also not helping him. Hey, haumsaidii kugrow.
Unajua Tracy, I'm listening to you and I'm like,
and I'm not saying Buru is not a good place.
No. Actually, this has nothing to do with Buruburu, by the way.
Don't crucify me.
It has nothing to do with Buruburu. And I think what I'm looking at is this. You see, when it comes to complacency, it depends on like, I think it's a relative statement. Because mtu anaweza kuwa anaona potential kwako. You know,
thank you.
And I'm still going back to the lady that quit her job and, you know, she's being taken care of by the husband. I feel like maybe the husband feels like, girl, you have potential.
Yes.
Unajua mtu anaweza kuwa anaona potential in you which you are not seeing in yourself.
101%.
You see, so someone else feels like you are settled, you know, or you're settling, but in your mind you're like,
I'm okay,
I'm good. You see, so complacency it's relative, okay? It depends on whether you are trying to achieve, because if I'm trying to achieve something, for example, on this show, we we are trying to get to a certain number, you know, and we are working towards that, because even for you to grow and to achieve whatever you want to achieve, you have to work towards the goal that you know. So working towards a goal needs sacrifice, it needs learning, it needs to, you know, you doing 1, 2, 3 to make sure that you're achieving whatever you are trying to achieve. You see, so we can call, like, we can say that we are complacent. You know, we can call ourselves down and say, girl, we are supposed to do this and this and this. This is what we agreed on. Because you cannot call people to account, you know, to accountability if you do not have structures, if you have not planned, if you don't have like a layout. So like there's nothing actually. You know, I can only say that you are complacent because this was the goal that you had this year, you know, and you have only moved like 10% of the goal. You know, these are the resolutions you had for 2026. But when I look at it, you maybe have at the end of 2026. You have achieved none, or maybe one, you know. So, like, what's happening to the rest of the resolutions, you see? So, what I'm trying to say is this. As much as we need to grow, you know, there's so many reasons why people don't grow. Because, obviously, the first thing, you are comfortable. And this comfortability is, I believe that it's a pseudo-comfortability. Because when someone is providing for you, you don't know what will happen to this person tomorrow. So you can't
even know he'll change.
You don't know. You cannot sit down and be like, okay, he's providing, so girl, I'm good, you know. Or my mom is providing, or nini, you know. Or even sometimes even the job, the work that you're working on. If you are employed, you cannot just be comfortable and say, me, I have a job, you know, you don't know what can happen to that company. You don't know if you can be fired, or as long as it's not yours, you cannot afford to be complacent. You know, you always have to look out and know what's outside there. What's the next step, you know. Even as a manager, let's say, for example, that's your position, then there's always something bigger ahead of you. So, you know, there's always better next. So, to avoid all this complacency, I think the best thing to do is to ask the big question, what can I do to achieve more? You know, because all these things require sacrifices. And when you look at people who are complacent, most of them work on excuses mingi. Tumeongea kuhusu, you know, procrastinations and all these things. You just want to, you know, chill. You know, at least there's something. You know, when the people who are like, okay, at least there's something I'm eating. Kuna watu unapata someone is employed, and your salo ukiangalia, maybe it's just yani it's maybe transport and maybe yani it's just bills, you know. We say hajai kachini kujiuliza, like, how long am I going to work in a position like this where I can't save, you know, I can't do this. There are people who are not even, you know, let's say, for example, men who are not married because ako kwa 10,000 per month na anasema okay, 10k easily lisha familia. So you are like 40 but you are still there, you know, just complacent. What are you doing so that at least you can earn more? You know, what are you doing? Because kuna mtu alisema eti ufanya extraordinary, sindio? Because it's the ordinary that is giving you this 10. So go extra mile. And the extraordinary upate 20. You get? So it is very important. It is very important for us to look within us and look through our resolutions and ambitions.
And I remember what you said, Tabi. You know, when we started this show, and you are like, Tracy, will I manage to do this?
Girl, you just want to embarrass me or something.
This? Of course. And the first episode I remember, and we were shooting at that time where we were shooting the location we were in, and you were like, hey, I can't do this. I cannot do this. But look at you now. You understand? It is because, again, looking back, when we started this YouTube channel, it was more of, are we creating content? Why are we creating this content? Why is our vision coming from? And how far are we going to take this content to? So regardless of whether I'm feeling, okay with my home, whether I'm feeling it is something that we have to do, whether I'm feeling discouraged, whether you're feeling discouraged, it's about the vision that we have set. Now we have to work towards that vision. Now we have to work towards, you know, making it work for us, because at the end of the day, it's not even about us.
No.
We have a crew members that people have not met, but we have people who are behind us, you know, that work with us. So it's also about them. They start believed in our vision and be like, okay guys, we are here to support you, but we can only support you if you and me are making it work. If we make that sacrifice, if we say that we are growing, we need to be like, hey Tracy, by the way, tuna shoot leo. Are we shooting? What is happening? What is going on? You know, we are accountable to one another. We are accountable to the crew. We are accountable to the us. At the end of the day, we are accountable to the YouTube channel, and we are accountable to the audience. Because I mean, I get questions. You guys, kwani mlikosana? Kwani you guys, I'm not shooting? Kwani TNT ilienda wapi? You understand? We are accountable to the audience also, the people who sit down and watch our content. But we made that vision for us. Instead, we could have been complacent and be like, we shot, we were not able. The first episode, we were not able. Yeah, it's true. But
you know, there's something you said that I feel like really it's an important thing to note. That Tracy, even if when people want to help you, they also need to see that you're also trying. You know, you cannot just be complacent. I can't see anything. You know, like I can't see anything, but you are still looking. Unataka tu kusaidiwa. So even you, if you're looking for help in any way, if you want people to help you, what pia lazima waone there's something you're also doing to improve. Unaona? So hata mimi wacha nikuongezea hapa. You know, you want to go to maybe, you know, to school. Ndio nimeona okay, I can pay this right now. Unaona? So mtu anasema acha nikuongezee, lakini wewe uko tu nyumbani. You know, and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for help. Where are you going to get that help? You know, so complacency. Actually, I feel like when you are complacent, you're just a nuisance to some extent. You know, like when people look at you, you're like, okay, people are not helping. You want to blame everyone. Oh, but you know, after you've grown and gotten to 18 years, you're no one's responsibility. Tracy, I'm not your responsibility. You are not my responsibility. Well, uko na mtoto mdogo, that's your responsibility. Itafika ile age sasa pia yeye he has to start making his own decision. You know, so you just have to grow up to a certain level where we are responsible for our own lives. We are taking actions that make sure that we are achieving our goals however we set them. And sometimes you can set resolutions, or you can set a goal and not be able to achieve it maybe in the time that you had planned to achieve it. You see, but that doesn't mean that you are supposed to give up, you know, or just get complacent and just be like, oh, whatever. You know, you're supposed to keep pushing until you achieve. You know, I believe that if you're serious about achieving the goal that you want to achieve, there's nothing that can stand on your way. You know, as you take it slowly, even if it takes time. But if the goal is like, if the desire is there, if the zeal is there, then it's possible for us to get to where we had planned to get to. So that's all for today, Tracy. That's what I have on complacency. And maybe if you have something.
No, I think what you've said is very true. Like if you have a goal, if you have a vision, set a vision for yourself. Set a vision for if you're a couple, friendship, all that. Set a vision that where you want to be, where you're going to, or what you want to achieve. At the end of the day, work towards that. Guys, we have come to the end of the episode. Comment on this conversation down below on our YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on our different social media platforms. We are all across. We have TikTok, TNT Show Kenya, Instagram, the same name, Facebook, like our page, and also on Twitter, like us there. Subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, share with your colleagues, share with your family. We'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully the next time I'll be okay. Cheers, guys. Have a lovely time. Bye-bye.